Alright, welcome back to Cooking with a Veteran, or if this is your first time here, welcome to Cooking with a Veteran. As always, I'm your host, Dave Rogers, and it's great to see you. Before we get started, as always, to all my brothers and sisters out there deployed overseas, wherever you are, away from your families, know that we love you, we miss you, we're thinking about you, and we hope you come home soon. I'm sure some of you might have seen Grunt walking by over there. These days he doesn't like hanging out in the kitchen with me. I don't know what's going on with that. But anyway, let's talk about a few things, get into the show. Tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day, and being big Irish, I love St. Patrick's Day. So today I'm cooking some corned beef and cabbage. Some great things going on with Cooking with a Veteran. First of all, I want to welcome my new sponsors, Jesus and Christine Fuentes, and they got me this beautiful Smithy cast iron Dutch oven. This thing is great. Yesterday I cooked, to get it prepped, I cooked up some Sichuan pork inside of here to get the bottom going for today's episode. And let me just show you here. Look how gorgeous that looks, okay? So it comes with that brown bronze kind of coating, and you want to get that initial coating up, and that's why I did the onions, and then I did the pork, the fat from the pork. Really just got that initial coating off, and then I grease it down with some grapeseed oil to get that coating started. So this is already going great. The pan is, beautiful, and this is the first full meal I'm going to cook. That's not for just me. I'm cooking for some friends. So I want to thank my sponsors, Jesus and Christine. Loving the pot. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to get started. I'm going to put some of my Kerrygold Irish butter in there, and this is the garlic and herb one that I'm using. I'm going to get that started to get my corned beef and cabbage going. So I got that going on. I got my new sponsor. I really appreciate them. May 5th to the 7th, I'm going to be up at the VFW National Home, Cooking with the Veteran, together with the Department of Tennessee, VFW, and the Grand of Tennessee, Military Recruiting. We're going to be up there doing a cooking lesson and cooking chicken pot pies for the families. And of course, I want to thank Humana for being our big sponsor on that. We have other sponsors coming aboard. Veterans Pressure Washing here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Project K9 Hero will be coming on board, and a few others. I'll keep you posted on all of that. But that's just a great opportunity for us to give back, and that's really what veterans and veteran organizations do. It's all about giving back to the veterans and their families. Let's see what else. My third cookbook, kind of slow going right now. I think I told you I'd add some more pages to it. So I've been mulling over that and thinking about where I'm going to go with that. So I have that going on. Alright, let me bring you to the pan here for a moment. So you can see, I like to start, I'm going to get my butter. I don't have to get it fully going in here, but I'm going to get my butter going in here with the nice herbs and the garlic in there. Beautiful. I love that nice salted butter kind of flavor. Alright, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to I have my corned beef here, and this is why I love this pot. So this is a 2.5 pound, these are both 2.5 pound corned beefs. Okay, so 5 pounds of corned beef, and look how beautifully they just sit in there. And I did these, so if you saw my page yesterday, you saw that I added my seasoning on. I make my own pickle seasoning, because the one that comes from the store, this little thing, okay, I mean, look at the difference in just the size of the peppercorns, okay, and the cloves, alright. The bay leaves, well, I'm using Turkish bay leaves. I'm not just using any old bay leaves. I get these, when I can find them, I get these Turkish bay leaves. And I really only use them for stuff like this, so it's fine. Okay? So I have those going in there. And I'm going to add a little bit of... I'm going to add a couple of star anise in here. Okay? This is my version of corned beef and cabbage. And I found that, you know, this, the way that I do it really gives some rich, good flavor. And I love that I got plenty of room on top, because I'm going to put my vegetables on top of this. And I'm going to stick, for now, I'm going to take one cinnamon stick, and I'm just going to kind of stick that, actually let me stick that in between the two. Okay. I do have some cinnamon inside of my pickling there, but I like to add a nice cinnamon stick. It adds some great flavor there. And what I'm doing now is I'm just going to kind of sear the meat a little bit on each side to get it going. Alright, so let's check out, let's see how this is going. Okay, look at that. Just kind of get that, okay, initial sear going on the meat there. And I like that it opens up a little bit in there in the middle, because that's where I'm going to put some of my other things. I have some of these nice, beautiful, delicate, sweet onions. I'm going to put those along the side there also. Okay, kind of squeeze those down in. Alright. And then, you know me, my rule is for every pound, I add about half a pint of Guinness. Okay, so I'm going to add in my Guinness. I'm going to add in 2 of those. And I don't want to cover this too much, because what I want to do here is I want to leave some room. This is going to reduce down. Okay? And I'm going to add a little bit of beef broth. You know, a lot of people just put water, and you could do that. But I'm going to add just a little bit of beef broth to this right there. I got this on a medium. Okay, I'm going to keep this on a medium. I'm going to put my cover on this. Okay. And I'm going to let that slow simmer. I'm going to let that slow simmer for about 2 hours. Now while that's cooking up, and I forgot something. See, this is why when you're filming live, you got to pay attention, right? Sometimes you forget things. A few garlic cloves, okay? I'm going to put a few uncut, and these are really just for flavoring, not really for eating. Okay, a few garlic cloves. All right. So what I got over here, I'm not just using, you know, a lot of people use the red potatoes. You know me, I like mixing things up. So I got some of these nice mixed potatoes. I'm going to cut these in half, okay, and put those in there. It adds some great flavor to it, and I love, honestly, I'm a big fan of the small red, the small white, and I'm a really big fan of the purple potatoes. They really are just a great taste. So I'm going to add these in there. I have my cabbage here, okay. I also have my mixed colored carrots here. Alright, so I'm going to let this simmer for about 2 hours, okay. I'm going to check on it like every 30 minutes, making sure it's not reducing down too much. Alright, just kind of check in on it. See how that's going. Let that cook up for 2 hours. I'm going to come back later on when I'm ready to add the vegetables. We'll add the vegetables inside, and then we'll let that simmer for another 45 minutes, okay, until the meat is tender and the vegetables. Alright, so I'm going to check on the meat, see how it looks in 2 hours. If it's almost done, almost tender, almost falling apart, then it's time to add in the vegetables. So I hope you enjoyed joining me on part 1 of corned beef and cabbage for St. Patrick's Day. Actually, this is part 2. Yesterday I did the seasoning, the rub on it, stuck it in the refrigerator overnight. Now I'm cooking it up. I'm going to cook it up. This is part 2, and then I'll come back in a couple hours for part 3. We'll add in the vegetables, and then I'll show you the final product. So I hope you enjoyed joining me on this episode of Cooking with the Veteran. Please make sure you like, share, and follow. If there's something you want to see me cook, let me know. Again, to all my brothers and sisters out there, we love you and miss you. We hope you come home soon. And I'll see you in a bit. Hoorah!